Today, I'm going to be showing you AgentZero, which basically allows you to build and automate anything in one single click. So what I'm going to show you here, for example, is you've got AgentZero, it's working its magic, and it can generate responses really quickly. As an example of this, you can see this synth keyboard we built out. We've also got this game I literally built out in like a couple of clicks, cheat sheet that I built, and a racing game that we actually built in like one single click as well. And pretty much what you can do with this tool is you can create games, you can create apps, you can, for example, create landing pages, as you can see, really nicely designed. And then also you can basically tell it whatever you want to do. On top of that, you can also tell it to create like PDFs and that sort of thing. And this is really easy to set up. Like literally all you need to do is you just go into terminal, you paste a few commands, and then you're good to go. If you want to know exactly how to set this up step by step, check out the AI Success Lab, completely free, link in the comments description. And inside there, we've got all the resources for all this stuff, plus some courses on MCP agents, Manus AI, etc. So if you want to learn how to use super agents like this, feel free to check that out, link in the comments description. You see here, for example, we said create a powerful cheat sheet for the topic ASEO, include sounds, animations, bright colors, confetti animations. Try to induce as much dopamine as possible, and then link to all my funnels, right? And this is hosted locally as well, so we are actually running this locally via Docker and terminal. So it's completely free to start running, and then you can see it came back to us and started generating the outputs, right? So really easy and simple to set up. And if you want to start using this yourself, quite basic. So all you need to do is you can go into the chat once you've set up the terminal, and then from here you can type in the command, right? You can even import knowledge. So you can see here you can import knowledge about you and give it more context. You can attach files, you can look at your history, context, you can give it a nudge as well, and you can also pause the AI agent at the bottom here too. So if we go inside here and we say, right, okay, let me find some cool prompts from the AI Success Lab. One sec. So, for example, let's say build the game Sonic as single HTML. We'll go back to AgentZero, we'll plug that in, we'll hit enter like so. And then you can see it's thinking mode here, and AgentZero is now generating the response, right? It explains how it's going to do it, what tool it's going to use. So it's kind of like a wrapper that's connected to many different tools. And then you can see it's actually coding out the HTML block here and running Python for us, right? Someone commented, free, that is my favorite price. I would agree with you too. Who doesn't like free? And then you can see it's working its magic right here. You've also got this auto scroll option, so it'll keep scrolling down as it's using the tool. And you switch between dark and light mode, which is pretty nice. You can also allow speech. You can switch off showing the thoughts if you want to, and you can also show the JSON as well. Right? So it's now created the game. And you can see we've got the game ready to go right there with the Sonic rings and everything, right? Literally coded it like perfectly first time round. It's crazy. Obviously, you would build that out even more. But on a first attempt, it worked. And it was really easy to deploy as well. And we've coded it locally, right? So pretty much anything that you want, this AgentZero could do. It's amazing stuff. You can also see the history right here. So for example, synth keyboard, we said build a synth keyboard, then it went off, started responding. It's very, very quick when it responds, and then it's like, right, here's your keyboard, mate. Boom shakalaka, let's open this up, and there you go. You got the notes over here, so you got the black notes and the white notes, and then you can play this. Beautiful, making beautiful music. Who doesn't want to do that? What a time to be alive. All right. For example, here as well, we can look at the rainbow shooter. So you can go back and forth as well and just change whatever you want, but I said build a racer game where you control a ship dodging obstacles to the beat of music. Each hit distorts visuals and resets your combo, single HTML, and then it started coding that out, as you can see. And you don't need to be a coder to use this. Like literally all you need to do is kind of use it like ChatGPT and say build this out, build that out, whatever, right? Now, one of the things you'll notice is that this is running via an API, right? So if you go to settings over here, you can then plug in your API keys here. Now, the tool itself, completely free, right? It's open source. It's hosted via GitHub. You can set it up for free. All the instructions on how to do that are inside the AI Success Lab, which is free as well. But if you want to plug an API key in, you can actually link it to Google, and Google's AI is free, right? So if you prefer to use Google, then you can use that for free over here. I am using OpenAI just to make it easy, but yeah, you can plug in whichever API key you want. Even like, for example, DeepSeek, you've got Google there, which is free, Mistral as well, and OpenRouter has loads of free API keys inside there as well. So, whatever you want to use, however you want to use it, you can, pretty simple and easy. You can also run this with Olama as well, so you can actually set up Olama locally and then start running it like so, and then you can switch between the chat models, right? So down here, we could switch to Google, for example, and then change the chat model name, and inside there, you get a lot of customization. So you get a lot of different options as well, like for example, the knowledge subdirectory. So you can have a subdirectory of knowledge for more context about you, who you are, etc. And then you can also change the embedding model, the web browser model. So this can actually, it looks like you can actually use your web browser, which I've not tested yet, but maybe we can do that in a sec. Let's see if this can use my browser. I don't think it can, but let's give it a whirl. So it says, I can use a browser within my environment to perform tasks such as browsing websites, filling forms, etc. I cannot directly control your personal browser on your device. If you need me to interact with a website or perform a web-based task, just let me know what you want to accomplish. Well, let's see if we can do this. So if we say, okay, go and take a screenshot of juliangoldie.com. So it's using the browser agent. It says it's opening up juliangoldie.com. Oh, it's actually done it. Well, this is just amazing. Look at that. It's actually gone onto the internet, found my website. It's using the API key from OpenAI, and then it just goes off and starts browsing stuff. Again, you can change that to Google or OpenRouter, and then you don't have to pay for the API even, right? And then you've got a free AI super agent with a free API key, and you've got the setup instructions for free as well inside the AI Success Lab. So that is pretty amazing, to be fair. Super fast as well, as you can see, like when it's coming back to you, when it's replying to responses, really, really quick when it's doing its magic. I even tried to play the video, as you can see right there, and then it takes screenshots of the whole web page and everything that's going on. Pretty cool. We can also pause the agent, so if it's stuck on browsing or whatever, we can pause it there. If you go on the history, you can see the conversational history as well in the context window. And then there's a section for chats, and there's also a section for tasks. So you can add tasks to the list as well, I believe, if you want to. And you can restart this, or you can save the chat as well. So you could save a chat and then load a chat. Pretty cool. Now, this is very similar to, AI super agents, for example, like GenSpark. The difference being that AgentZero is open source and it runs locally, right? So that's quite different to something like GenSpark as well. We can compare them side by side. So let's have a look here. Bear in mind, you have to use credits and you have to pay for GenSpark to use it. If we take exactly the same prompt here, which is like research Julian Goldie and his AI Profit Boardroom, then generate a landing page to sell it, and we plug that into AgentZero over here, which is a free alternative to GenSpark. We'll wait for those to load. So it's working its magic. And first of all, it's using the knowledge tool to generate responses. Now it's planning out how it's going to code the page, and it went straight into coding, right? Now, if we did the same thing inside GenSpark, I think that's going to take a lot longer to do. So let's test this out. Yeah, so you can see inside GenSpark, it is taking a lot longer to respond. And if you're using something like Manus, the way that Manus would do it, which is another AI super agent, Manus would take a lot longer to respond, and also it uses the browser control, not the live search to get information. Now, the difference between those is the browser control, if it's like looking through the internet and actively looking at the screen, it's going to be a lot slower, right? Whereas if you're using a tool like reading the internet, as you can see AgentZero and GenSpark are doing, then it's a lot faster. Now we've actually got the HTML ready to go. So this is the page. Then if we open this up, we've got the landing page for the AI Profit Boardroom. And look at that, it links straight to the website. I didn't give it the website, it just figured out, okay, this is a page to send it to. I actually don't like the design that much, but considering how fast it was, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty sure as well, if you use something like Claude as the API key there, then you would get a much nicer front end. But the fact that it moves so quickly, it is free to use, is extremely fast, is absolutely awesome, to be fair. And is it open source? Absolutely. So if you want to get access to this, I've got the notes inside the AI Success Lab. Just go to the AgentZero section here. And if you go to the AgentZero section, as you can see, you'll see all these resources and useful links. So if you go to the GitHub, you can see all the information about it. So let's play this and look at the showcase.
This is AgentZero, not just a chatbot,
They should use my YouTube video as a demo, to be fair. And then you can see an example of what it is, how it works, etc. The key features. And yeah, it's on GitHub, so it is open source. And then you can see an example of how it works, right? So the first use is like just general purpose sort of assistant stuff. Number two is actually using your computer as a tool. So you can actually use the operating system as a tool to accomplish its tasks. It can also have multiple different agents inside it. And you can actually customize the whole thing. But yeah, really cool. And then it's running inside Docker, right? Which is kind of like a virtual environment. Which is, you know, a lot safer. It does have a warning here. It says AgentZero can be dangerous. With proper instruction, AgentZero is capable of many things, even potentially dangerous things. So just be careful right there. And it says always run AgentZero in an isolated environment like Docker, and be careful what you wish for, right? And also the fact that it's just prompt based is pretty nice. Now if we go back to GenSpark, to be fair, this page looks a lot nicer. But I think what we could actually do is, like, if you have a page in mind that you want to build, we can take that and then we can start using that inside AgentZero, right? So for example, if we take this image that we want to build, we'll go back to AgentZero. We are going to attach that image that we just created. There we go. And then we're going to say, okay, now make the page look like this and see if it can work with that agentically. So there we go. Now, you can see how easy this is to set up. Honestly, it was just like literally a little copy and paste into terminal and we're good to go. And then, yeah, you can work its magic. I wonder as well if you can have multiple tabs running. So if we go to a new chat side here, let's see if we can run two tasks side by side. So we've got one version right here. And then we'll run another chat at the same time. And see if we can have like two agents running at the same time. So it looks like you can have multiple tabs running at the same time, which is pretty cool. If we download this, we've got the page created, and that is almost perfect. That's really, really cool. So if we have a look at the page that we just created with AgentZero, let's take a look. All right, we're going to pull this up side by side. All right, so this is the image that we asked AgentZero to create. And this is what it actually created. That's crazy. As in crazy good. Like it basically replicated the page almost perfectly within a few clicks. And there were no errors or anything like that. And then you could say like build out the rest of the page. The other thing I would say is, yeah, it's very similar to Open Manus and those other tools, but it looks a lot nicer. Like the UI is a lot nicer, and also it's a lot more capable. I did find with Open Manus that it had a few issues, and it would just get a bit buggy sometimes. Whereas with AgentZero, it seems to be a lot more capable. And the design is super nice when it's done that task. So look at the SEO calculator. So let's build that out right there. And then I like the fact that on the left-hand side here, you've got all the different options. Really cool. Let's try a new task now. So we'll say, for example, okay, go off and find 3 different SEO agencies I could contact to sell white label link building to. I wonder what tool it's going to use for that. So it's using the tool name search engine to do this. So it's actually got like a search capability. And look how fast it is to reply. Like this is just outrageous. So it says AgentZero responding. Here are 3 different SEO agencies you could contact. Here's their information, right? So you could use this AI agent as well for lead generation too. It's not just for building stuff. So, you know, like I've shown you in this video so far, we've built a synth keyboard, a rainbow shooter, PDFs, a game that looks like Sonic. We've browsed the web and taken screenshots of different websites. We've created this awesome landing page. And then we also did some lead generation, and it found us like instant results, right? It seems quicker than ChatGPT, which is weird. It is really, really powerful. And you can set it up for free. You can use the APIs for free using Google or OpenRouter, and then you can go off on the web and do whatever you want. And you don't have to pay for super agents like GenSpark or Manus, because you've got the whole process right here. Now, if you want to get the full setup instructions for this stuff, feel free to get it inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You can just click the SOP right here. Additionally, if you want to get a free checklist on using this stuff, then feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab. So I've actually created this cheat sheet on AgentZero that shows you what it is, why it's different, how it works, etc. This is inside the AI Success Lab, completely for free if you want to steal this stuff. Gives you some examples, plus compares it against traditional agents so you understand the differences, and then answers some of the FAQs as well. So feel free to get that. That's inside the AI Success Lab. You can see all these resources right here, plus the useful links, plus some examples of what I built as well previously. So if you want to get that, feel free to get it inside the AI Success Lab. We're also giving away like free trainings inside here every single day, and it comes with an awesome community of 8,800 members. Additionally, if you want to get help, support, if you want to learn how to make money with AI and save time and automate stuff, feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom. This is basically an awesome community with 670 members, as you can see. Comes with coaching calls. I'm very active in here. So for example, you know, Aaron posted a question about AISO and I got back to him straight away. As you can see, it's very active. Everyone's trying to help each other. And also inside the classroom comes with all my best automations, agents, all the stuff that I actually implement inside my business to grow. And it comes with weekly coaching calls, so live calls, so you can ask any questions that you have. You can DM me if you have any questions. And also we record all the Q&A calls here as well. So if you want to watch them back, you can as well. And then additionally, it just comes with loads of cool stuff. Also, the thing that I would say here is, if you want access to, for example, the setup instructions for AgentZero, I've got them inside the AI Profit Boardroom. If you want to get a course on the best free alternatives, how to use root code and computer use, free MCP agents, etc. Basically, if you love super agents, you're going to find loads of different course links here inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Feel free to get it, link in the comments description. And if you just want us to automate this stuff for you, feel free to book in a free AI strategy session, link in the comments description. You can book in a call. We'll jump on the call with you, look at what you want to automate, tell you whether you can do it or not, and then if you want to hire us to do it for you, we're happy to help. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. What questions we got here? AgentZero RXFX says, yes, AgentZero. Time Intelligence says, good morning. Morning to you. BMA says, okay. And BMA says, what is the best AI agent and or assistant for Python and C? Yeah, that sort of stuff, like, feel free to check out the AI Profit Boardroom. We can help you with, because it depends, like, looking at your situation and that sort of thing. You know, you really want to, it really depends where you're at and what you're trying to do and the context of everything. Next up, we're going to be looking at Devstral. Today, we're going to be looking at Devstral, which is a free API you can use to code and pretty much build anything you want. So, for example, I actually built this, and this in the space of like literally a few minutes using Devstral completely for free. And the stuff actually works, as you can see, and it's really easy to build out. So let me show you exactly how to do it. You can also, for example, connect it to stuff like Firecrawl MCP, which allows you to basically connect to the web to any agent using Firecrawl MCPs and a combination of Devstral. So let me explain exactly how to use these, how to get set up, etc. And also you can host this stuff locally, and I'll come on to that in a minute as well. Right now, this is basically like a very small model that is super cheap but really fast. And if you want to start using it, you can go into something like Visual Studio Code here, and then just go to your settings, select Open Router, and then inside Open Router, the way that you're going to use this is you are going to select Mistral and then Devstral, right? And there's a free version here, so you don't even have to pay for it. It's completely free, okay? So you can select Mistral, Devstral as your API, and then, for example, you can see we built out this AI growth calculator. It didn't cost us any money. We literally just said build this out. And the cool thing about this is as well, if you're building something, for example, like the tools I showed you earlier, then it will step-by-step plan that out with you directly and show you exactly how to build it, right? So let's take some examples here. I've actually got a list of 100 ideas inside the AI Success Lab if you want some ideas on what you can build with this and that sort of thing. So if we, for example, let's say, for example, we want to create a random password generator. All right, we're going to go inside Visual Studio Code here. Then we're going to click the plus sign. Then we're going to type in our prompt. So, for example, like so. We've got Mistral, Devstral selected here. Then we're going to hit enter. And it's usually really fast to reply. So I'll just wait for that to come back. Yeah, there we go. And it's like, right, here's my plan. Here's what we're going to do. So create a new directory, create HTML, add JavaScript, add some basic styling. Boom, shakalaka, let's go. All right. And then it's coding out right here. Now, by the way, if you want like courses on how to set up Visual Studio Code and all that sort of stuff, we've got courses inside the AI Success Lab, so you can get all the links right there, along with lots of other AI training, as you can see. But yeah, basically it's really easy and simple to build stuff out with this directly. You can see how quick it is. It's already created the random password generator. If we run that command, we can start generating passwords, as you can see. How quick and easy was that? And it actually works. Now, obviously, you can improve the URL and you can improve the CSS and styling and everything else, but how incredibly easy was that to do, right? Now, if you want to make it look better, then, for example, we could say, okay, make the UI look more interesting, beautiful, and fun. And you can just go back and forth with the AI to make it as good as you want it to be, right? So if you're thinking, oh, this doesn't look like the best thing in the world, it's okay, because what you can easily do is you can just give it ideas and then decide what you want to do step by step, right? So you can see now it's going back and forth, it's editing the CSS and the HTML, and then from there we get better outputs. The other thing you could do as well is you could switch to an API like Claude, just for the front end, just for improving the front end and that sort of thing. Now, if we run that and we open this up, so you saw the output earlier. This is the new version, looks a lot nicer. And again, how easy was that, right? Literally all we did was just say, make it more beautiful, make it more interesting, etc. Right? So if you're thinking, oh yeah, it doesn't look as good as I want it to, that's on you to change, right? That's on you to go back and forth with Visual Studio Code and keep improving step by step. And you see here, it cost us $0.0, so it's completely free to build with. And congratulations, my friend, you are now a coder and you don't know how to code. It's crazy. So let's try another one right here. So if we go over to Devstral, let's see what else we can build. I'm just going to have a look through these 100 ideas. So let's say create a Tetris clone with falling blocks. Let's try that one. And there we go. All right, you're good to go. Surav says, hey Julian, I don't have a site yet, but I'm a software engineer and love your SEO content. Is there a way to access it without needing a website? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you don't need a website to publish SEO content. You can publish content on Medium or LinkedIn or Twitter. That's what we do every single day, as well as our websites. But also, you know, if you want to learn this stuff, you can join the AI Profit Boardroom. And inside there, this is where we teach all this stuff. And honestly, the way the internet is going, like, if you don't want to, you don't have to build a website, right? There are many ways to get around this. I showed loads of different workflows inside the AI Profit Boardroom, so you can just steal this stuff and ideas from me and then get the workflows inside there. So you don't need a website to be able to do it. And Chad says, the more these AI APIs and that sort of thing pop up, I'm overwhelmed and I don't know which is better for what, right? So if you want to learn, okay, what's better, you know, and what works and that sort of thing, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. And inside there, what I actually do is I do a recap each week, right? So I show the latest stuff and I show what's working, what's good, what's not, and what is the best stuff that came out this week, right? And then you can sort of filter through all the AI slop, and you just focus on the stuff that's the best and the most relevant, right? So that's the way that I would recommend doing it. So you just get the updates from the AI Profit Boardroom. You save yourself literally probably, I don't know, 30 or 40 hours of research, and you just get someone like me to filter it all down for you and tell you what's the best for what right now. And also you can post in the community and ask any questions that you have if you're looking for like a specific type of workflow. So let's wait for this to build out right now. This is a bit more complex, so it's going to take a little bit more time. But you can say it's like, right, we're going to add colors to the tetromino shapes over here. Now we're building this out step by step. Here's what we're going to do, right? So it's really easy and simple to build this out. And then we can start working our magic, all right? Now, in the meantime, I'm just going to open up another tab, right? So a new window, so you can see this, pretty cool. So inside here, for example, we can actually go over to Klein. And Klein have this MCP marketplace, right? Which means that you can connect the Devstral API to free MCPs, for example, like Firecrawl, and set those up. So for example, I actually set up the browser MCP, as you can see. And then you can easily set up MCPs inside Klein and get those set up and working nicely. All right, so if you want to use like free MCPs along with Devstral and then sort of connect it to something like Firecrawl, for example, you can easily install this and it doesn't take long at all. But it will make the API way stronger, way more powerful, because now it can, for example, browse the web, or it can control your browser or whatever you want. Now, what you can also do, you don't have to code with it. So if you do want to use it in a different way, what you can actually do is you can go over to OpenRouter, and then you can chat inside the free model here. So you can use Devstral that way as well. If we go into the chat, we can actually connect this to web search as well. And then inside the chat here, we can say, okay, let's see what we got. Build a productivity calculator. And it will start coding out right there. As you can see, it's super fast to build out stuff. If you don't want it in Python as well, so like for me, for example, I don't want to build stuff in Python, so I'm going to say build it in HTML. And then what we can actually do from here is we can queue up liveweave.com to preview the code. So for example, if we take this HTML that we've just coded right here, then we're going to go over to here and paste that in, and boom, productivity calculator is ready to go. Again, if you want to improve that, if you want to make it look better on the design and everything like this, I'm just showing you for speed on a video, but if you want to make it look better, just go back and forth in the chat and ask it to look better. Like, it's as simple as that. Really easy and simple. The other way that you can use this actually is you can actually go over to Olama, and Olama have Devstral available to run offline, right? And you can see it's the best open source model for coding agents, as they describe. You've got these two options for building this stuff, and you've got all the benchmarks here as well. So it's compared to, for example, Qwen 3, Gemma 3, DeepSeek, and Devstral is miles ahead of all of these, right? It's really good for agentic coding. It's quite lightweight, 128K context window, which is quite small, but you are running it locally, so not a big issue there. And you can see how it performs on the benchmark. So versus, for example, GPT 4.1 mini, Devstral is actually outperforming it. Same for Claude 3.5, SWE Smith, etc., which I think is Windsurf's model. And that's really easy. And then what you can actually do is if you download Olama for free, so you can download Olama for free there, then you can go to your terminal, right? Make sure that you have Olama running in the background, so just open that up. So for example here, you can see Olama is running. And then if we go to Olama and we go to terminal, we'll copy this command, go into terminal, and you can start installing that as well, right? And then you can run Devstral locally. So it's pulling the manifest and then downloading it. Pretty simple and easy. Okay? I'm going to close that because I don't actually want to download it right now, but you get the point. Like, you can run it locally, you can go with it for free. It's easy and simple to use. It's pretty powerful, and it's really cool. All right. So let's run this command. Now we've got Tetris ready to go. And that is working perfectly, as you can see. Let's see if we can get this working. Boom shakalaka, yes it is. Alright, alright. Before I get addicted to Tetris, I'm going to close that. Now, also, the other thing that I noticed is really cool with Devstral, for example, is if we go back to here, not only can we code for it for free and build some pretty nice stuff, but we can also, for example, ask it to build stuff, and it will actually ask us a lot of questions, right? So if we go inside client here and we say build out an AI growth calculator, you can see it asked me like loads of questions before I actually built it out. So it wanted like the specifics, and it was really trying to plan out the process before it went ahead and built that, right? So if we go inside a new chat here, click the plus sign, we'll try the same task again. And there we go. Sometimes the API does fail, but I think that's because we're using the free version. So you can always wait for it to load, or you can run it locally. If you run it locally, so for example, if you go to your settings and then select Olama in the settings, you can run this for free locally, which is pretty easy as well. So you can just choose Olama, choose a base URL, the model ID, and then from there, start building out with Olama, which won't have any rate limits, right? So you've got that choice between OpenRouter and the normal version. So that's basically it for Devstral. You can see how we've basically built anything that we want using the free API key. You can use it inside Visual Studio Code. You can use it inside Olama. OpenRouter Chat as well is another good option. I've also created a cheat sheet inside the AI Success Lab where you can see exactly how to use it, what it means, etc., how it works, and how it performs versus other API keys. So versus GPT 4.1, DeepSeek, and previous open source bests. And then also it answers like some of the latest FAQs on this stuff, and it has a quick start guide as well, plus some use cases, right? Inside the AI Success Lab as well, you've also got 100 fun and simple Devstral project ideas. So if you want to test building stuff out with this quickly, you can just steal some of these ideas from me. And additionally, inside the courses section here, you can see a bunch of courses that you've got options on how to install this stuff, plus all the links to all the stuff that I talked about. So feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description, completely free. And if you want to get coaching support, if you want to get help from me, feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. This is a place where I hang out. You can ask any questions to me, connect with me directly, etc. And also inside the community, you can post any questions you have. So if you're struggling with anything, feel free to post any questions. We're happy to help you. So for example, this morning I posted a recap on all the latest updates. You can also see, for example, Aaron posted a question. We got back to him straight away. We actually have this thread right here where we get all the ideas of automations people want to build from the community. And then I record a video each week where I make all of those automations and just basically build any automation for you just to help you and show you exactly how to implement it. So feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. It also comes with all of my best agents, workflows, templates, tips, etc. and weekly coaching calls so you can ask questions live on the course as well. Link in the comments description. Feel free to get that. And if you just like, right, I want Julian and his team to go and build this stuff and implement it for you, then feel free to get that inside this page right here. Link in the comments description. Basically, you can book in a free AI strategy session. What we're going to do is we're going to look at where you spend your time, figure out the best systems to build, and then we can just go off and build it for you if you want, if that's what you want, right? So feel free to book in a free AI strategy session about that. Link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye. Can I use it in Windsurf? I'm not sure actually if you can use Devstral in Windsurf or not. I don't think you can actually, to be fair. If you have any questions, by the way, now's the time to ask them. Can it be linked with NA10? Yes, I believe so. So you can actually, I think you can link Olama to NA10. Otherwise, you can just link OpenRouter to NA10 as well. And that's one of the easiest ways to do it. How do I start a trucking company with AI? I would ask ChatGPT that question. That might be the best way to do it. Here's how I made $31,376 MRR with AI. So for example, if we look at this sales page that we've got right here, the reason that it converts so well is I actually have this faceless video directly on the sales page. As you can see,
AI has changed the business game forever.
It's completely AI generated and converts really well. Additionally, you can see these videos actually perform really well on YouTube as well. So for example, this one that I published got 53,000 views. This is AI generated. As you can see, we actually put the warning in here that it's AI generated, but it still performs really well. And you can see with these faceless videos, we can make like $578 directly. Well, I'm going to have to record that one again. I was on the wrong screen there. All right. Let's go again. Today, I'm going to show you how I made $31,376 MRR with AI. So for example, if we look at this sales page for the AI Profit Boardroom, you can see this video right here is not actually me. It's a faceless video,
AI has changed the
generated.
business game forever. It's not the strongest who survive, but the ones who adapt. And
it was completely generated with AI. Really easy to do actually. And I'll show you exactly how I create these videos today using several different processes. I'll give you some options that are free and some options that are paid, etc. You can also see, for example, this video right here was AI generated. We actually put the warning label in the top left on YouTube.
Here's some of the most insane AI news this week. And
that is not me. That is AI, just generated. And that got 53,000 views. Plus it made, just from that single video, $578, right? Using AI, it's crazy. Here's another example. This was an AI generated faceless video, 10,000 views. And you can see again, that made $50 just with one AI generated video. The full thing was generated with AI.
But hopefully this
really simple and easy to do. And today I'll break down the exact workflow for doing it as well. All right, so let's get straight into this. The way that I actually create these videos, and I'll show you several different ways here, is the first method, and by far the easiest method, is you can use something like this, right? This is custom GPT, where you can actually create faceless videos really easily and quickly using this custom GPT. So for example, if we go inside here, we're like, right, okay, make a video about, and I'll put make a video about the future of AI super agents. And it's like, right, great, here's how we're going to do it. It actually starts writing the script directly, as you can see. And it's just going off and working its magic, right? So we've got the full script here, and it's actually not a bad script at all for a video. So it's like, right, AI super agents are no longer just tools, they're teammates, built to plan, reason, and act autonomously. They're reshaping how we work, learn, and solve big problems, right? So that's good to go. Then what it's going to say is like, would you like to tweak the tone or the focus? Or is it ready to move on to visual styles? I'm going to say visual styles, right? So just from this custom GPT, we can start building out the style of this as well. And then I'll say, okay, let's go with whiteboard doodles. We'll plug that in. And it's going to start generating the image. By the way, whilst that's waiting to generate, inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description, I actually have the examples of proof of how I've made this stuff, how I've made the money with faceless videos, but also I've included 100 niche ideas for YouTube channels, right? So if you're thinking about starting your own AI YouTube channel that's faceless, you can actually learn from the 100 niche ideas that I've got inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description, and also have links to different courses here that you can use to learn this stuff step by step. So we'll wait for that to load. So that's created like the first visual YouTube doodle of this, so we're good to go on that. I say okay. Now what it's going to do is it's going to connect this to something called Descript, right? And Descript is actually where you can edit and export the video that you've created. So based on that scene, it's now going to start generating the video in Descript. We can open up that project. And now that's going to start adding the voiceover and the narration to the video that we're generating. So it's really easy to create these faceless videos. That's going to start working its magic in the background, and we can come back to that in a second, all right? In the meantime, let me show you another workflow that you can use to generate faceless videos. So you can actually use something like HeyGen. I have a full training on how to use this stuff inside the AI Profit boardroom. If you want to learn like all the training and the recipe of exactly how I create these AI avatar videos. But essentially you can go inside HeyGen. You can say, okay, I want to create a video about, you can say, okay, I want to create a video about AI agents. Then we'll hit generate. It'll give us scene ideas, and then we can go off and create the video. And then you can choose your avatars here, right? So you can choose which avatar you want to use. You can also replace the avatar with a custom-made version of you. So for example, I've got like different scenes and different versions of me. So if we click on this one, and then you can hit generate like so. Now there's a lot more to it, but that's essentially how you can easily generate this with HeyGen. And then you can actually use the voice that you want to create content with. So for example, I've connected this to 11 Labs, and then I can use 11 Labs to actually copy and replicate my voice inside HeyGen as well. If you want the full training and video and SOP on this stuff, feel free to get that inside the AI Profit boardroom. So if we go back to Descript now, you can see that it's creating the faceless video right there. We've also got this option too. And then the other option is you can actually use something called NA10, right? NA10 is like an agentic workflow. So this is inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you want like the full workflow and that sort of thing. So if we go inside here, you can actually get this faceless reels automation. And you can download this blueprint here. So let's download that JSON. And then inside NA10, you can use the APIs to build out faceless videos as well. So NA10 allows you to connect to AI and build out workflows like you can see. If we click on the plus sign in the top left, click on workflow, then what we're going to do from here is import from file using the JSON that we just downloaded. We'll import the JSON file. And now you can see we've actually got this faceless reels generator, right? And basically it starts with the idea, then it has the video prompts, then it generates the images, generates the videos, the sounds, and then stitches all the audio together like you can see step by step. Really easy and simple to do. And literally all you need to do is like grab the template from me, from the AI Profit Boardroom, and then upload it into NA10. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what do these videos look like once they've been generated? Let me show you an example. So here's an example that was published directly to TikTok. So basically what's happening here is that we created the NA10 workflow, as you can see right here, that you can just import from the AI Profit Boardroom. And then we automated the posting with another workflow, this one right here. So if you want to automate posting with NA10 as well, you can grab this file, then we can go and create a new workflow. And we can import the auto posting process. And basically what this is going to do is take the Google Sheet where you generated the video, right? So this actually outputs files to a Google Sheet, and then inside that Google Sheet, it will take the ideas and the URLs of the videos you published with the captions and everything else, send those over to Blotato. Blotato actually is an API that allows you to post to multiple different platforms, and then you can post it to like Instagram or TikTok or wherever you want, right? And so between these two workflows, you can easily automate the video, even the idea. So for example, if we have a look at the idea generator, it came up with this idea of like monkey steals the tourist GoPro, then the monkey goes off and grabs it, etc., runs off, and then it will take that URL and plug it into TikTok, as you can see. And the image is pretty nice, to be fair. Like, considering this actually used it used Flux to generate the images, and then it turned those images into videos, as you can see. Pretty crazy. So that's 3 different ways to do this process. You've got the ChatGPT method with Descript. where you can easily just generate video ideas and then plug those into Descript. You've got the HeyGen method, which has allowed us to create like an avatar of ourselves and we're like a talking face, where we can easily generate the script, the voice that's based on me, the face that's based on me, and then just create as much content as we want. And I've shown you that it already makes money. And then finally, we have the workflow automations inside NA10 to create faceless automations. So between those three different methods, you can easily build out whatever you want. Really simple and easy. The other cool thing you could do inside HeyGen as well is you can actually do this photo to video avatar method, right? So you can upload a video here, type in your script or generate a script automatically, and then generate the video. As an example of that, let me pull up a few examples here. So let's play this one.
The dance looks more like a fight. Snapping fingers wrong while his pants too tight. Thinks he's in a cypher rapping his old school jams, but his bars are softer than microwave hand.
So you get the point, like you can sync the image to even like a song. It's quite easy to do. Let's play this one back.
Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe.
So you get some examples. Like it's really easy to just take an image or an avatar and generate shorts or long form content. You can automate this with ChatGPT, and you can also automate this with NA10 as well. So 3 different ways to make faceless videos. I've shown you proof that we actually made that amount with the statistics and just shown you my dashboard really transparently. There's a bunch of courses, as you can see right here, if you want to get this stuff inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And inside the AI Success Lab, completely free, link in the comments description, you can get this ultimate cheat sheet to faceless videos and different ways that we use to build this. And also, we've got 100 different YouTube channel niche ideas that you can steal from me inside the AI Success Lab, along with a bunch of other like different automations and that sort of thing. So feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab. It's a community with 8,800 people. Link in the comments description, completely free. And then additionally, if you want to get help, support, if you want to connect with me directly, feel free to do that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. This is just an awesome community full of, you know, great people serious about scaling and making money with AI. You can also post inside the community here, ask us any questions that you have. We get back to people really quickly, so we post like the latest recap updates in there. You can also post questions and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So for example, Aaron posts a question, I go back to him as soon as I could. And then you can also see there are weekly coaching calls here. So you can jump on the weekly coaching calls, ask us any questions you have. Inside the classroom, we have all of those different automations and agents like I mentioned. And the training from today is inside here too. And additionally, you can DM me and ask me any questions as well. Right, so feel free to get that link in the comments description. We'll also make a personalized video. So what we actually do is we say, okay, what automations do you want us to build? You post your questions, then we create a video once a week that's personalized and basically shows you exactly how to automate everything that you mentioned inside the thread right here. We actually got back to some people already, like you can see. So someone was asking how to build this. We said, right, here's how you can do it. And we got back to people straight away, as you can see. Right, so if you want to get that, feel free to get it inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you just want us to automate all of this stuff for you, then just book in a call, link in the comments description. You can jump on a call. We'll show you exactly how to automate whatever you want, right? So if you're thinking, oh, I'm wasting time on this or that, we can come back to you with some ideas. And then what we can do from there as well is if you want us to implement it for you and build it out for you, we can. Feel free to book it in, link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Cheers. Bye-bye.